as you get older, when you get to my age, you don't even control it. It's just the leg.
It just happens.
It happens. But when you get to like your 50s, your bolas hang more, so you gotta
keep them up there.
Keep them there, yeah.
If not, you get the under fupa.
Yeah.
Because I've seen that shit.
When I was in my teenage and I see some of my like older uncles or like my grand uncles, I'd be like, yo, what the fuck? And
What's up with that?
Like, not that I'm gay, but I'm like, is their dicks that big? But then it's like, no, that's all bola. That's like all sack.
That shit is all sack,
it's just like this mush. You know what I mean?
And you younger, you like...
Now I know this all ball. I'm not impressed. I was impressed when I was younger.
Looking at Theo now like...
Theo, you ain't shit, yo. I feel bad for you when you gotta take a shit. That shit is hanging on the fucking... You need a fucking girdle to keep that shit from the water.
I was across the street finishing class because I'm in online school now.
Okay.
Trying to get this degree. You feel me?
No, yo, congrats, bro.
So I'm there taking some astronomy class like this. I like 5:15. Like, porque coño, loco, you taking this shit, sitting in a bed, en un cuarto, sin que
dude.
And if you fall asleep, nobody's going to be like, hey.
Yeah,
because the shit is on Zoom.
Right, yeah.
It's muchacho. I'm like, so the earth is this far from the moon. Okay, got it.
That's true. It's more challenging.
Oh my God! What in a
classroom? Should have a thing where like there's like an electrical shock just in case.
Tú me entiendes?
Put it around your fingers.
Mira coño.
Yeah.
But man,
how many screens on your Zoom class?
Well, it's usually like 20-something participants, but the way that they set it up, he shares his screen, so that's the biggest part of my screen, and then he comes up on a little window on the side.
So it's not like the ones I've been seeing online. That's like 20 little screens.
No. You can change the view.
Screen.
So you change that whole shit, and I get everybody out. Sometimes I'll be looking through the people, and I'm like, mira esta ratrera.
Oh my God, that is so true. That changes everything, right? Yo, I'm
like,
gonna focus on her Zoom right here, yo. Oh shit, that's the bedroom. That's the bedroom. If I smashed, that's her.
Yo.
That's how her look. That's how her room looks like. I don't know, yo.
I'll be like, mira, esta no tiene vergüenza.
Yeah.
Mira toda esa ropa en la cama.
That's true.
In the back.
That's so true, bro. Yo, you wanna come over? Nah, I fucking saw your room in class. Not impressed.
Fuck out of here.
Get that shit out of here, girl. My shit is neater. My shit is neater. You coming over my house, but you're not staying over because you're gonna make my room look like your room. That's how I know, yo.
That's how your room in class.
Bro, a screen, una tiene el muchacho aquí, and she's like... I'm like, coño, pero...
Yo, you know what my biggest fear in Zoom is? Is like you're on screen for so long, you start to forget that you're on screen, and then you just do, stupid shit that you usually do.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh shit. And like you gotta constantly like, yo, there have been times I've done shit and I was like, oh, I'm muted, and I'm like that. Yo, I get scared of that shit, yo. Especially when that guy that got fired because he like fucking was jerking off. I'm like, yo,
what?
You gotta be careful.
Yeah, you didn't hear about that? I forgot.
No. Yeah, this dude that used to work for the New Yorker, he does some CNN stuff. So the New Yorker had a meeting, like the magazine, and he thought that his shit was like already closed out in Zoom, and the niggas started like jerking off in front of everybody. Yo, and the funny shit is like, he's under investigation. No, he's gone. Like they're just figuring out his severance package. Like you're gone. Like how do you get around that? It's not even about intent. You did it. It's a wrap for you. Okay. You know that some female coworkers are like, how the fuck would it feel? Like, well, we reviewed it. He's sorry. He's back. Like, no,
it'd be over.
It'd be over.
These women are scarred. Would get flamed.
So
damn, but he couldn't wait.
It's not about waiting. He thought yo lo cerró así, you know what I mean? And
y la computadora
he thought he closed out in the Zoom, and he did it. And I've done that before. I felt like you ever saying bye into the Zoom and you like leave meeting, but you have to do it like 3 times, like bye.
And everybody's there like,
you bye. Like the worst thing you could do is like bye, mama. Go like. Coño, I'm still there? Oh, I'm sorry, bye. Peace.
Yo, I be looking at that shit all the time because I be in the middle class talking mad shit about people. To wifey, that somebody asked him, you hear what this dumb nigga just asked? Let me tell you what this dumb nigga just asked. Yo, el día that my mic is on, a mí me van a botar de esa clase. Because I be slaying people, yo.
Yo, that to me is my biggest fear too, yo. I do that too. I'm like, yo, come over here. Look at this motherfucker right here, yo. Hold on, wait. Okay, yeah, I was mute. I'm mute.
Yo. Like, mira el cuarto de esta puerca. Mira el cuarto de esta puerca, mira así.
This motherfucker got a 16-inch TV in his living room. Fuck, how he living? How he fucking living? Oh shit! Hold on. Oh, he didn't hear me. All right.
Yo, that should be so funny, bro.
Niggas on the Zoom, llevando vida ahí, llevando
Yo,
la vida.
the professor's talking. I'm scrolling through the people's squares like, mira esta. But that shit is weird, man. This is actually my first online class ever. I've never taken one before, bro. 'Cause I'm a really there, in-person, hands-on learner. But it's not bad. It's just a little bit weird. Like I said, it's just too much comfort around me. Like I'm in the crib. I can do what I want.
Man.
Me puedo parar, cagar if I want to. Like, it's bad, bro. And then look, if that happens, imagine that happens and you never muted your mic. You're in the bathroom like,
and look, I'm an individual. I'm an individual about numbers, right? Mm-hmm. So you got to tell me with all the students around the country and around the world, statistically, there's got to be 3-4 a day that does that they fuck up. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's impossible for the perfection of somebody didn't slip. There's a mama huevo that did it by accident. You know
100%.
It has to be.
100%.
So that sucks. And I never want to,
And I be hearing the Spanish people. They be the funny ones because they unmute. So you'll unmute to talk to the professor, and this one chick unmutes to ask a question. All you hear in the background is, Mira, Marisol! Tú todavía no has terminado! Coño! I'm like, ¿ay? And she's like, ma.
Oh, my God.
Yo, bro, that shit must be the worst.
Oh
the worst, taking Zoom classes in a Spanish household.
And the thing about it is even, too, is like Dominican moms and like Diaz and abuelas, they don't give a fuck. Like, you can't tell them, mira, I'm on the freak, I'm in class. Que a mí me importa. Yo no quiero, ¿qué vaina? You're in your bata. They're seeing you. You're on the bata. I don't care. I go to the salon like this. I don't give a shit.
¿Qué clase ni clase?
Huh?
A mí no me importa. Fueron 9 meses que yo te tuve aquí. I'm like, oh my God. I'm going to be paying this for the life.
Thing, so I don't care if somebody sees me in a Zoom. What teacher? That motherfucker was my classmate. I don't give a fuck. I made out with him.
Then they in the screen like, mira. Yeah, esos son tu amigos.
Yo, when you can, I don't know about the, but like, can you do a screenshot on Zoom and no one knows or no?
I think you can. I don't know how to do it.
On the laptop.
But yo, I love how you answer that. Like, I tried.
I'm not sure.
I'm trying to figure it out. I gotta Google that shit. It's probably like, F9 maybe. I don't know.
Bruh, what? Ahí es que uno siente la edad, de verdad. Sometimes when because I'm 33 now.
Right.
And this Zoom shit is the first for me. And people, he'd be like, yeah, so take a screen grab. I'm like, don't they? That shit makes me feel like that Progressive commercial that says, don't become your parents. Yeah. And they're like, we're going to open a PDF. And they're like, bueno.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yo,
bro.
It's true. Me. It's true because some people are like,
I'm
like, nah.
¿Y qué tú vas a decir? You're going to be like, Professor, I don't know how to do that. It's over.
I gotta watch a YouTube video.
Yo, the worst shit. Yo, this happened to me the other day. The worst shit. They were like, "Oh, we need you to do this," and I'm like, "Fuck, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna text the person on the side that I don't know what to do." The person goes, "Hey, Mike, I got your text message about blah blah blah. All you need to do is this," and they're like, "I'm like, damn, motherfucker. If I knew, I wouldn't have texted you on the side. Yo, why you put it on my spot?"
That should make you want to turn the camera on, just like. Coño, animal.
Swear to God, there's always that one person that doesn't get it. They'll be like this. They'll be like, and the text, yeah, yeah. Like you do this and that. I'm like, that's why I kept it discreet. Coño.
Claro. I mean, man, listen. If it's tough for us, imagine the fucking kids. Shout out to them. Shout out to the kids who are gonna have to fucking do high school virtually.
That mentally is, that's not easy, yo. That's tough. That's tough, man.
Hell yeah.
That's the thing about it. That's like what I was thinking about today is like, this whole COVID thing is such a challenge. But imagine being in that prime age where you want to be out and with people. You're losing that. You're not getting that back.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? We're at a certain age. It's like, I bet. But like, Imagine being in your early 20s right now
Impossible.
with COVID. That shit is
Impossible.
fucking crazy.
Yo me vuelvo
Imagine you
loco.
turning legally that you can go to a bar and it's like when you red shirt in college when you get
my
injured.
God,
They're
yes.
like, nah, he's not playing. He's red shirting. He hurt his knee. That's what you right now. If you turned 18 in 2020, that's what happened to you. Like, nah, my man, you red shirting. You're not gonna be going to bars.
Maybe next year.
Yeah, next. Oh no, you can go to locksmith and pick it up and then go home, but you're not gonna get the locksmith experience. Okay, like fuck.
Yeah, bro, it's true. And it was easier in the summer porque uno anda por ahí with their
Yeah.
drinks y la policía no estaba jodiendo, but
Well, that's the crazy shit because to me, I was downtown like a week ago and it was like 25 degrees and there's still people outside. Dyckman outdoor dining, which is not
Yo.
outdoor dining. That's like an extension. That's like you have a house and you have a deck and then you just put a roof on top of it and you're like, no, that's outside. No, it's not.
No.
That's an extension. There's heat coming in there, yo.
bro, I don't.
Like
I don't.
COVID-19 goes, I ain't going back there. No,
So they're
nah,
like,
nah,
oh,
nah.
yeah, outside,
It's
all right.
outdoor. No, I ain't gonna go in there. You could cough. You positive? Nah, but you're under there, so nah, it's cool. I ain't gonna go in there.
So you
Yo,
have pulled
bro.
up to your girl like, ponte el co, we going dining.
Dime.
Ma, that's why you got a coat.
Hey, yo, ma, ponte el co,
Huh?
que nos fuimos pa' Mama Juan.
Ese jaquecito que yo te compré, sácalo. Sácalo para esta
Yo,
noche.
that fake fur, it's all mental. We going, all right?
We going dining, girl.
Bro, I see it all
Get
the time,
ready.
bro, because I work downtown and I live in the LES. So I walk to work. I take like a half-hour walk to work. And I be walking by all these spots in Soho and people in their coats. In coats outside when it be brick. They out there in coats and gloves and their dish. I'm like, yo, how? Yo, what I got to do that? And then there's a homeless guy sitting by, grabs a slice of your shit.
Yo,
Dime.
Hold that.
Walk by. I see the homeless people walk up to them while you eating their eggs. Dime. I'm like, no, eso está mal.
no, that's not fun.
Nah, I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. I can't do it. I haven't, maybe in the summer I could eat
Summer's
outdoors,
different.
indoors.
Summer's different. And I feel like based on how things are going, although there's different variants and all that shit, but with the vaccines and whoever wants to get it and the herd immunity and all the other stuff, I think like, yo, by the summertime, un poquito más tranquilo, 60%.
Yeah.
And then by next year, it'll get close to it. But outdoors is cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like right now, as we speak, Tampa Bay must have had a spike and a half because they
What?
were all partying without masks. And shit.
on.
And I called that because I was telling my citizens, I'm like, you telling me Tampa Bay at home, they haven't won in how long, and they're drinking, and they're just going out there like, yo, in some ways you would want Kansas City to win because then those motherfuckers will go home and all mad. But no, they're fucking Tampa Bay. They literally could just take an Uber home. Nah, that shit gonna be like, fooey.
Yeah, bro. And there was people in the stadium too. There was a few people.
Yeah.
It was funny. Somebody texted me like, yo, you see all those people in the stadium? I was like, yo, but those are cardboard cutouts, you fucking douchebag. The stadium's not full.
Yo, that's gotta be weird the way they did it. They put like real people cardboard.
Yup.
That's some shit. There are probably some motherfuckers that got so drunk they were talking to the cardboard like,
100%.
Yo, dime a ver, tú
¿Tú estás
tú
viendo esta
soltera,
vaina?
tú eres soltera. You coming home with me?
Ven, no sea así. No sea
Yo, why
así.
you ignoring me?
Them shits was DK $100.
What?
To put the cardboard shit with your picture, $100.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they were charging for that.
Damn.
I feel like wifey made a good point. She was like, if they send me my shit after, I'll pay $100 for it. Maybe I was like, hell no. They putting that shit right there and then they tossing all that shit.
Ah, damn.
Pa' la basura.
Oh. Live from the MC. Time for the intro.
Oh, shit. That's organic right
We
there.
have a very, very, very special guest.
Very special.
Very special guest. The merge from Dyckman and Washington Heights.
Aye.
Even though Dyckman is part of Washington Heights.
It sure is.
Very
So
good.
don't tell
Very
Dyckman
He
that.
is. Or
They
if
don't like
you're
that.
west from Broadway, Inwood.
Yes.
Juan Bago. No. Rewind that.
Ooh,
Edit
bring
that.
it back.
Let's edit that.
Let's cut that
we're gonna
out.
edit that.
That's when you get to a point where you talk to the post production self. Like you
Yeah.
talk to yourself.
Yes,
Yeah,
bro.
that-
he does it all the
That's
time.
me.
It's so
Mira,
funny.
Mira, cut that out.
That's me all the time.
like
But
saying,
Willie,
"Oh,
we had Willie here. I introduced Willie at least 4 times.
Yo,
It's cool,
oh
man.
my God, he sure did.
It's fine.
But I'll cut it out.
It's fine.
Nonetheless, I want to make sure I give this man his accolades. This man's been putting in that work for quite some time.
I have.
You might see him on Netflix.
Ooh,
Most
yes.
recently, Vampires of
Versus the Bronx.
Versus the Bronx.
Yes. They're not
Yes.
together. They're working against each other.
Yes. Also, you might have caught him on SNL.
Yes. Yes.
You
Before
might have-
COVID.
You might have caught him on YouTube as well.
Shit.
Oh,
My personal favorite, pan con queso. Shout outs to O. That shit is a fucking
10-year
classic.
anniversary. 10 years.
shit.
That's why I'm here.
Really?
10 years. 10 years.
oh my God, I can't believe
Wow.
it's been
I was
that
9
long.
when I did that shit. I barely knew how to rap in Spanish.
Bro, it's been. We want to make sure we give this man his accolades
Thank you.
because he's been putting in the work for quite some time. For
Yes.
over the pan con queso was like 10-year anniversary, so you could
There
just
you go.
imagine.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and I'm sure prior to that there was more work put in, and after that there's been
Yes.
more work put in.
Yes.
Some work that me and you might not even know.
I know.
Absolutely.
I could have done something yesterday. You don't know.
We don't
I'm gonna have
know.
to- it's my job to tell you, though.
We don't
Yes.
know.
I might know if you didn't turn off your Zoom camera.
But yes, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know him, if you didn't know him before, then you know him now. It's our boy Juan Bago.
Dame un fucking aplauso ahí. Let's go. Thank you for coming.
Yo, I'm always down.
We appreciate you. En el
Always
frío.
down.
Yo, you know
Post snowstorm
Yes.
how my Dominican
Going to
say,
a church / school that I start getting flashbacks and like, yo, when was the last time I confessed? Okay, cool. I'm good.
too. You're gonna be there for a long
Yeah.
time. You're gonna be there for a long time because I'm gonna be there.
I
for
hate
a long
when you have a tia. I mean, when was the last time you went to church? I'm like, ugh, tia,
You're like,
please.
"Tia, never."
Stop.
Look at her like, Dia, stop fronting. Tú
Yeah.
eres una puerca. I be hearing the tea. I hear the
Yo,
tea at the family
yo,
parties,
That's the
Tia.
funny shit. Yo, before social, I did a sketch. Actually, if you never seen it, now you can see it. I did a sketch about, yo, tias were the original social media.
Oh
Because
my
I
God,
remember
that's
when
true.
I was a little kid, and it was a tradition. Every Saturday morning, my mom would talk to my grandmother. She would hang up, and then the ringing in there. Oh, what's up? It's Ona Name. And Ona Name's like, oh, ta, 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 ta. She's like, oh, de verdad. Okay. Gets off, toss it in there. Mira, yo hablé con abuela, yo hablé con nani.
Basically,
Dijo así.
reposting it.
And then it's like that. Yo, yeah,
repost.
it would go around, and then I'm just there the whole
Nigga
time.
said,
I'm
it's
like,
trending. It's
and then my
trending.
mom would sit down like she's a blog, right? And she's like, no, necesita, okay? No diga nada. I'm like, who the fuck I'm gonna talk? I don't even know my cousins like that, right? That shit stays with me, right? And it's like my mom, after all this, because my mom has 6 sisters, so my mom would talk to all of them, and then my grandma, and then my grandma knew, and like, so it was weird because my grandma, like how social media is, she would have different followers. So my grandma would have her favorites. She would say this, but it was a whole shit.
It's a
And
whole
I'm just there,
network.
I'm like, wow, mom, you spent 4 hours on the phone just
Yo.
gossiping the whole time.
oh yeah, that's
But
what
cook
they
the
do.
whole meal in that 4 hours
Yo,
too.
oh no, because that's the funny shit. Yo, that's the funny shit. In order for me to be like, oh no, she's like, mira, dame un favor, tú puedes mover la avena, hace la avena. So I'm like this con la farina. I'm like, fuck. But I'm hearing mad shit about my fucking cousin. So it's like, it's worth stirring the farina so it doesn't stick.
It is.
Yo,
You do
but
the
it's
best
like-
job there.
Yeah. So back full circle. Yeah, that same tia that talks some ass shit. I know shit on her that she don't know, but because I stirred the farina, I knew all the 411. So don't
But you're
tell
not
me-
supposed to know.
So don't tell me to go to church.
You're not supposed to know.
Full
You
circle.
just look at her like, you're sick.
You'll see.
Give her the face like, sigue haciéndote.
We know what you did.
Your mom from across the room is like,
Yo, I know. She's like, cállate.
the face, with the tight lips.
I knew my mom every time she would get mad because that it was weird. It was like the shit will go up like this. I'm like, fuck. I'm so getting like because my mom wasn't my mom didn't throw the chancleta, like, you know, whatever. My mom had a sneak attack chancleta.
Oh, when you least expected it.
Boomerang the chancleta.
She knew for 2 to 3 hours I was like this. She just waited, and then bang, I'm like, fuck.
Bro, they were ninjas, bro. Let me tell you one story.
Yes.
About my mom's, right? So I was in school.
Oh.
I don't know what happened. I don't remember what the fuck I got in trouble for.
Right.
It was like 7th grade maybe. So they were like, we calling your moms. I was like, coño. So I'm like, all right. So I used to get to the crib before everybody else. So me and my brother there, and I knew my moms came home at 6 o'clock. So just to let you, all the way through high school, I had the open crib until 6 o'clock.
Right.
So it was crazy. So I go home and I'm like, all right, 5:45. I threw on every pair of sweats I had.
Oh, nice.
What?
And like 4 hoodies.
Good technique. Good technique. Good technique.
4 hoodies, dog. I was like, boom. Hit me all you want. I'm going to stand there like.
Yo, good technique. You remind me of when white people, they train for the dog to chew their arm. They had like that rap. That's you.
Yes.
That's you. You were like, bang.
Dying
I'm
of
ready.
heat, sudando, just like, no, I'm good. So she gets in, right? And I'm like, and she's like, hola, mijo, ¿cómo tú estás? Gives me a kiss. And I'm like, so,
Play
mommy.
it off.
I'm like, so, mommy, what's up? She was like, no, tú sabes, llegando ahora, que sí o qué. I'm like, oh my God, they didn't call her.
Nice.
Either that or maybe it went to voicemail. You know, back then there was landlines.
Yeah,
Nobody picked up.
Absolutely.
Because nobody was home until 6
Yeah.
p.m. So I'm like,
part of
boom.
the technique was going through the voicemail saying, you have one message from school. Delete.
You feel me? So I'm like, okay. She's like, yeah, you know, she sits down and we sitting and she's just, you know, talking shit. I'm here sweating under my 4 layers.
Oh my God, yes. Of
and
course.
she's just like, ¿Qué tú quieres comer? And I was like, oh shit. I don't even get the bill. I was like, shit.
You're like mentally right now. You're passing all these goalposts. You're
Yes.
like, yes.
Yes.
This checkpoint.
Slowly
this
letting
checkpoint,
my guard
this
down.
checkpoint. You're good.
slowly letting my guard down. She's like, ¿Qué tú quieres comer? And I forgot what I said. She was like, okay, está bien. Déjame yo ponerme a hacer esto. Vete a bañar.
Ooh, sneak attack.
And at the moment, I was like, it's lit. I'm not in trouble. Fuck it. So I go and I'm like, boom, she about to make probably some camarones is what I asked for. So I get in the shower and I'm chilling. I'm soaped up. And then the door swings open. Doof. Curtain swings open. Now she got the belt in her hand. Like, coñazo. I was like, ah! And then you do like the defense trying to cover as much as you can. Butt naked, wet.
Oh,
Bro.
Damn, butt naked wet?
Butt naked and wet, bro. I was in the shower.
Ouch.
I was in the shower.
In the shower?
And I'll tell her this story today, and she completely denies it.
of course.
She's like, what are you talking about?
That's,
I don't remember.
That's the ninja. That's the ninja
like,
code. That's the
child
ninja code.
abuse.
I'm like, yo, you dead ass? What do you mean you don't remember? Bro, que pela, bro.
Damn.
After that, I was
she got
like,
you
yo.
with the take the shower. I'm gonna spoil you because you my son.
Yo.
She did that.
And I
Because we
was like,
fought
oh
for
my-
that as a Dominican.
okay.
We all like, wow, mom's spoiling me. She told me to go take a shower there. Yeah, dogs. I would have fought for that too. That's
Bro.
good. That's good, yo.
And it was so much worse because, like, when you know it's coming, you can anticipate it. But I felt safe. I
Dude.
felt safe. That door swung open.
But bro, you went from 4 layers waiting for it. Because like if we're gonna get on a scientific level, right? If we're gonna get like on a scientific level, your muscle twitching, right? The fast twitch. You're doing fast twitches. Because what my technique with my mom was, I was gonna wear her out. Like I kept blocking, so my mom would get tired. So when my mom come from work, I'm like, already she's tired. So if you wear her out, so I would run around.
Nice.
Get her tired and then do the forearm block, like bang. And then it's like, so she's mad at me. She's like, coño, you talking cansado. Come on, let me just
hit you a couple
let me
of
just hit
times.
you. But then she went from 4 layers twitch to you exposed. And that, yo, chancletazos and wet, that's shit.
She worked
That's
smarter.
torture, yo.
It was the correa. She
You know
worked
what I'm saying?
smarter, not
Correa
harder.
work?
She worked smarter, not harder. She
Wet.
probably saw me sweating. She's like, he ain't that big. She's like, he think he's smart, right? That bien. Lulled me to sleep and then say, "Nyang."
Did she take out the camarones too? Because that would have been another like, no, vete bañar, mira, camarones.
Oh no, she made it. She made it.
Damn,
She made it, and then I had to sit there after,
Damn,
covered, just like with all my fast twitch muscles, just
This is why I say Dominican women can be FBI agents. They know.
Bro.
They know. They ain't playing no checkers. They playing fucking chess.
bro.
Damn. The good news is you're here.
Yes, I made it out.
You made it out.
I made it out. And you know what? I would have taken that beating a million times before her telling my pops. Mind you, my pops almost never laid a hand on me. Almost never. But the threat, just the threat of when he might was enough. Yo, and my pops would get home late. There were many days I want to sleep at like 7 p.m. Because the one thing they wouldn't do is wake me up out of my sleep. They would never wake me up out of my sleep to get in trouble. So 7 p.m., if I knew I was getting in trouble, estaba acostado. And my pops would come in like with already the angry shit because I'm hearing my mom tell him this shit in the living room. Y él entra aquí, see me sleeping. He's like,
so I want to say something that I've never said in any podcast before because, people talk, being Latino and not going to school for acting. I did afterwards. I took classes and stuff like that. So people always, are intrigued in some of the ability or some of the muscle memory that we acquire as an actor. And I feel that I'm a great actor as far as when it comes to sleeping. And part of that is because of the father thing. And if the camera's looking at it, there was many times that I had to be convincing as a 9-year-old that I was asleep because of my dad's same thing, threat. Or my dad would be like, "You're going to church, boom, sleep. Oh, you just punishment. You think it's easy, eh? You're gonna go work with me tomorrow at 5 in the morning." And my dad was the ultimate. My dad was the ultimate troll when it came to him knowing that he would be in the kitchen, like my bedroom was near the kitchen, and he would literally make the pots and pans in the bang, bing, boom, bam, boom, boom, and then turn around and see, like, if I was sleeping, I see.
My God.
If you've ever seen any scenes where I'm like sleeping and then I wake up and it's very convincing, part of the fear of seeming like I was awake but I was asleep, and that's it. That was part of that there. So I have to thank my dad for that fear.
Shout out
shit
to
like
Poppy.
that. But then I also learned the trolling. Like my man to make coffee was like beep boom pa pa. Boom, king, boom. I'm like, really?
Yo,
dude?
bien construction.
Really,
¿Qué están haciendo allí?
Really, dude? Really? Anyways, we can talk all day about relatives. We just talked about tias and moms and dads, but yes. Thank you.
Thank you for coming through.
Yes,
yes.
I forgot this was the intro.
Oh yes.
No,
yes.
yeah.
I'm Juan Bago.
This is how the deal works, man. Juan Bago fits right in. He just came, took over. That's just how it goes, man.
Yes.
It is a pleasure having you here. Absolutely.
humbled.
Yes,
I'm
definitely.
humbled.
And like I said before, I'm personally a big fan, man. And
Yes.
I'm not ashamed to say that I'm a fan. Some people are like ashamed to be fans of
Oh,
other
please.
people. I mean, no. I'm a big fan of
Thank
this man
you.
right here. This man is hilarious.
Appreciate it.
Look up Dominican Ninja on YouTube. That shit is fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
You're not
that-
gonna lose it. Shout out to that boy O2. Fucking
From Bago and up, pan con
Juan
queso,
Bago
Domi
and
Nights.
up.
Hooked on hookah. Yo, we spoke about hookah before it became an epidemic amongst the Dominican and Dyckman, because I remember there was one time I remember like a year afterwards where it was raining. It was a Sunday during brunch, and every Dominican motherfucker was on the windowsill because in Dyckman they all like the French doors.
Yes.
And I'll never forget. I'm walking through with an umbrella, and every motherfucker during brunch is out, like they don't want to get wet, and they're all smoking, like stretch from Dyckman Bar to Mama Juana. It was all these motherfuckers like that, fiending to smoke hookah during brunch with kids around. Like there was no laws for that shit.
Yeah.
I don't get it. It's the same thing. But yes, shout outs to O. I love that motherfucker. We 10 years.
We need to have you two up here, man.
Absolutely.
We're gonna set that up.
Shout outs to his podcast. He's got the smartest guys in the room podcast.
What's
with
the name?
Nice.
Smartest guys in the room podcast.
Smartest guys in the room. I'm gonna check that out. Oh, definitely. Juan, now that we're talking about a little bit more about your craft, like,
Yes.
is there anything you want to share with the people? Like anything that you have worked on? Like recently, we know you've been on more recently you've been on Netflix, you've been on SNL.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm sure there's a lot of things you're personally working on because I could see that you're a creative and not limited to just like music videos or like just like any genre of entertainment. So is there anything like you would like to share with the people and like let us know like what you're working on currently?
So I can only say this much, that I last week was currently working on a scripted podcast that
A scripted podcast?
a scripted thriller podcast called Corner Wolves that Just Blaze is doing the music. So I leave it like that. Playing a Dominican, humbled by the people that are involved in that project. I'm not going to say more than that, but it's just going to be dope. It's pretty much about a podcast. It's pretty much about a world of in the 90s and Dominicans and Latinos and all that world that happened. But I was humbled to be a part of that project amongst the peoples that are in that. Just know that the person that's in charge of the music for that whole scoring and everything is Just Blaze. So like it is going to be the bomb diggity. And just like for the last 2 years.
Just Blaze?
Yeah, just for the last year and a half or so, because I started my career, the first thing that I ever did was I originally had in mind write a short film. I wanted to do a comedy.
That was the first thing you ever wanted to do?
Back in 2005, I did a movie called, that's how I got my stage name, Juan Bago. So, now I'm forgetting the name of the movie. A Day in the Life of Juan Bago. I forgot now. Wow. It's not the apple cider. It was the story of Juan Bago. And originally it was a short film. Because I went to the Latino Film Festival and I was like, oh shit, there's like Latinos doing short films, features and stuff like that. And that's how I got inspired. So my first project ever, I wrote a feature film comedy. And from that point on.
How long ago was this?
This is 2005. So
wow.
16 years.
16.
Jesus.
And then around that time, you're not talking about the cameras that they have right now. So it was more of a challenge. I literally had to max out my card. I had to self-finance it with the director. I literally had to do the casting. This is when Craigslist people would use for casting.
God.
I turned my bedroom into like the casting room.
Yeah.
So I had like professional actors like, I'm coming to Washington Heights to the Bridge Apartments to go for an independent film. I don't know if I should trust this, but I was that fucking aggressive
You were
to
that
be like,
determined to
because
fucking-
before that I was like literally, because this is the thing, I have a resting asshole face, right? So when people look at me, they're like, oh, this nigga is serio, da da da. But in reality, I was a jokester. So when I went on audition, it was just drug dealers, just thugs and all that.
That's the only thing that was
available. And I'm like,
available.
I'm a fucking, I joke around and shit. So that got me to be like, yo, there's more than that. And it's like, at that time, Law and Order, it was just all that. Like, whenever you saw a Latino on Law and Order, it was a drug dealer, like a meth head or whatever. And I was like, yo, there's more than that for us.
Yeah.
So that's when I went to the film festival, I was like, oh shit, so you know what? Maybe I should just write a 20-minute thing, get my boy, he'll shoot it, and we'll go ahead. But it became a feature. It premiered in the film festival. And then I started meeting other Latinos that were doing the same thing. So throughout the whole year, I had a sketch group. I did the parody thing. And then every type of comedy, I've done it.
Yeah.
Just because I'm a type of person, I'm like, all right, how do you do it? Okay, cool. All right, that's how I'm gonna go ahead and do it. But now, full circle, I'm back into writing, and I'm trying to have a TV show, writing-wise, to get Dominican characters in front of the TV screen. That's my goal there, because we come in different shapes and sizes and backstories.
Yes, we definitely do.
And we're not one type fits all. Like, and
Absolutely.
and I know that the challenge, sometimes people be like, damn man, there's not enough Latinos and on television, but we need to have non-whites write for us because they don't know our experience.
Of course.
So being that I've been experienced for such a long time, I'm like, I bet, let me really study the game and write. That might mean I might not be able to do that many Dominican ninja sketches in the short term, but that at least lets me know in 2-3 years the mission is accomplished to get Dominicans that we can relate to, that reflect us, that we know is our cousin, our uncle, or our dad, and that's my goal right now that I'm trying to do.
That's amazing to further Dominican people, period.
Because think about it. I challenge you and I challenge you. Let's say from the 90s to maybe 5 years ago, who is the most famous Dominicans in this country?
Baseball players.
Romeo Santos.
But Romeo Santos, yes. But if you're in the Midwest somewhere and you're a Blanquito, do you know who Romeo Santos is?
No. You might know Pedro Martinez.
Pedro Martinez, Sammy Sosa 98,
Sammy Sosa.
A-Rod, Big Papi has gotten to that point. But Big Papi was a few years ago with the Red Sox and then on TV. But that's it.
Yeah.
When you really think about it, Romeo has, pushed to a certain point. You have Zoe, but we have a lot of halves, right? Zoe's half. Everybody does a bunch of halves. But like when you really think about it, when you watch on television, how many Dominicans or how many white people be like, oh, that's a Dominican. It's and who's gonna write that? You know what I mean? You have to have that authenticity, because a lot of times Latinos get on television and it's like, damn, it's because the white person's writing it, or it's somebody that's foreign. They're not doing the homework. They're not experiencing it. Right. So I think that is where my mind is at right now, where we can get that opportunity to put that, because that's big right now, man. If you could change the way people perceive us, that we're not just baseball players or drug dealers or like a negative thing,
or people who smoke hookah. That's what it is. Baseball, drug deal, smoke hookah.
That's the Dominican experience. That's the trifecta there. Sometimes all at the same time, which is impressive.
Damn,
but at the same time,
I can't recall her name right now. But I just watched. I don't know if you've seen this. It's on Netflix. We Ready with Tiffany Haddish.
Ada Rodriguez.
What?
The comedian Ada Rodriguez.
La muchacha.
Yeah, the tall one.
Yes,
she's
shout
Dominican.
Out to her. What's
and
her
she's
name?
getting
What's her
Ada
name?
Rodriguez, and she's getting a TV show on
Rodriguez.
HBO
Yo,
Max.
shout out to you. Your performance.
Because HBO Max be having the fire.
By the
Bro,
way,
I just want to shout her out because her performance was definitely captivating. The way she expressed herself, it was very, very refreshing to see somebody. I thought she was from the city,
right?
Like,
Miami.
I thought she was from the city, but no, she's actually from Miami. So shout outs to her. It was very good to like see somebody like that, one of us, just expressing themselves, like just talking regular, because I feel like that's the biggest gap that we have. Like when somebody goes on stage or when you present yourself on TV, it's like it's written for you, and like you have to portray whatever was written, and like, you're not free to express yourself how you would want to express yourself. So I just want to shout her out because it was very refreshing to see that, and hopefully we get more of that.
But the crazy thing right now, have you guys been aware of Saved by the Bell?
I know that it's revamped, right? I haven't seen
the new
it.
one. Yo, 2 Dominican girls.
What?
Yes, the
No
2
way.
Yes,
What?
go in there. One Afro Latina and another Dominican. Both 2 Dominicans leads.
One of them is Lisa, right?
I don't know if that's.
Oh,
like
they're
a
not
show
playing
where-
the same characters.
No.
This is a new generation.
New generation, and the older characters are back.
Okay.
Except Screech. Rest in
Okay.
peace, Screech.
Word.
But
word.
yes, 2 Dominicans.
Word?
And one is from the Bronx.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're getting there. We're getting there. Casi. Like
Slowly but
Slowly but
Wow.
surely.
Just look at the fucking DP right now. Ooh, mira, with fucking mega guest star.
Absolutely.
Mega.
Mega. Not a regular guest star. Mega guest star.
Fucking right.
It would be good too if that same machine is the one that's like, excuse me, robot, this motherfucker has been babysitting my fucking hookah. Can you do your thing? Go ahead. I hate that shit. No, there was a time I couldn't stand it. That's why, like, for me, when I went out, a part of it was like, can I trust you with my hookah? Because there will be dudes that, like, as soon as they get the hookah, they expect you to be distracted enough for no. It's like puff pass. It's the same thing with the hookah. Yo, I used to hate that shit. I used to hang out. I'm like, I don't know that dude. And then that dude would be the same dude to be like, like that. I'm like, my man, that was 20 minutes. You just spent a whole refill.
He's like, van a ordenar otro refill. You looking at him like, nigga, you dead ass right now?
That's the same dude when an extra hookah comes. They're like, oh, coño, ven acá. Okay, está bien. No, my man, you use this one. Now you're going to be on this
Now
one.
you want to be the first one on
Yo, you pay for your refill on this one. This one's mine.
You're getting a Percy.
Yeah.
You're going to get a Percy hookah.
Yo, you know
for
what,
your damn
motherfucker?
self.
I'm going to buy you a $35 hookah and you buy and you fucking stay home and smoke your shit at home. Because you don't have the etiquette. Sorry, this is not acting. This is really happened.
Yes.
Yo, fucking go home and do your own hookah. Yo, shit.
Yeah, la gente se pasan. La gente especially when you're
That was like
when they're
8
a little
years
lit,
ago.
forget about it, bro. It's 3 stories. with the hookah.
Y'all fucking hate the hookah guy, man. As soon as you pull up, it's like, yo, primo, a hookah. I'm like,
Full court press.
15 minutes haven't passed by. He's already there with the refill. I'm like, coño, primo, it's $25 a refill. Like, coño, slow the fuck down.
Guys, honestly, how much ass did those hookah refillers get back in the day? They must have got mad ass because they had so much power.
It's just so much power.
And if they made it fire for like a group of girls,
Oh,
bruh.
Oof. You know this happened. Mira, you free? No, because we need you to come over to do our hookah. No, está bien, then, mama, I got you. Just send me an Uber. Está bien, entonces. He's coming. He's going to come.
Con el Uberito.
Yeah.
He makes the best hookah.
Yo, you know what I couldn't stand? The motherfucker that he... Okay, refill my hookah, but he made it seem like your hookah was out, so he'd be like, he do those tricks.
The test.
I'm like,
the test.
Yeah, I'm like, my man, come on.
Ya
Now
te
you
metiste
tryna
la
show
mitad
up-
del charcoal.
You trying to show up for my ladies here, all right? Don't be no smoke trick shit just to prove that the hookah's... Because you remember, you'd be like, yo, you would get a fucked up malfunction hookah, and you'd be like, hey, yeah, yo, ven acá. Yo, the shit is out.
No trabaja la hookah. Esta hookah no trabaja.
He'll roll you.
Something wrong with it.
He'll pull that whole shit.
No, because then you be like, fucked up, and you be like,
And he'll blow out the thickest cloud of smoke ever.
you be like that.
They won't even say it's fixed either. They'll look at you like,
Yeah, condescending. And then all the girls look at you like, damn.
you don't know nothing about hookah.
Whatever, yo. Oh, shit, espérate. Oh, we're leaving, go to Mama Juana. We're like, what?
Then they out front talking to the hookero like, ven con nosotros.
That was the worst. Damn, flashbacks. So,
But
yeah.
yes, thank you. Again, thank you for furthering the culture.
Yes. I think it's important. I think because ultimately, like I said, I think the challenge for being Dominican, being Latino, is that the path isn't straight there. You know what I'm saying? Like the gatekeepers are not Dominicans. So I think it's something where if we're gonna get there, it shouldn't just be like, you know, the Latin boom in 2000 where it was Ricky Martin and J-Lo and then that was it. And then it was like, what happened? You know, we have the duty now, especially after like all the stuff that's been going on the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Where it's like, yo, let's break down that door. Let's mentor. Let's educate. Let's be a little less, you know, selfish and really make it just bust it down. Cause yo, I've been saying this for fucking 10 years. Yo, we are Dominicans. How many fucking cousins, uncles do we have? Are funny as fuck. Man.
Unlimited.
Like super
Yeah.
trained. Fuck improv that you have to go to UCB and the train. Our cousins. Yo, how many? Every time you go to like a baby shower, there's always that one man. Huh, no, like we have that already. We've been training for so long. It's just gotta like bridge it, and make it professional. So it's like we got this, man. We lit.
Yeah.
How can we move the culture forward from your perspective? What should we do?
You meaning like specifically like film or just overall?
Overall, I would say in every aspect of entertainment.
That's a great question.
So make sure that leg is
please
crossed
take-
enough before you answer.
Yeah.
Take your time.
Yeah, take my time. How do we move it forward? Because sometimes you could get publicity, right? But that's not good publicity, right? I just think we need to have a good core of people to what we were saying prior, which is understanding the big picture. To really, when you're having that opportunity, for example, you are shooting something that you know is like, oh, you know what? Let me invite this person to come to. Like, I know a couple people that they'll shoot something. Even Vampires for the Bronx, the director, he'd be like, you know what? Let me invite a couple people that are inspiring to be filmmakers. Let me give them that experience. Because it's like sports, right? Sports, part of the reason why Stephen Curry is so good is because he was like 3 on the court with his pop. So by the time he got to that point, he loses the nerves. He doesn't get nervous. He doesn't get intimidated. So I think part of how we put forward is understanding that when we're creating something at a high level, get that next generation, get these next peoples to come in there and let mentor them. That mentoring is so important. I think you have to always carve a certain amount of time selflessly. Not like, oh, what am I going to get in return? Nothing. You're not getting anything in return. But if you want to make the culture go forward, we have to do that. Because I feel like that that's probably the biggest problem with us Latinos in general in the last 10, 15, 20 years is that we see this little open here in that door, and we're like, oh, I'm the only one who could fit through this. If I let anybody else in there, it's, oh, shit.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? There's only this much to eat. You know what I mean? You got the quote about the bowl. You know what I mean? It's like certain people think there's only a certain amount. So if I hook my boy up over here, he gonna take some from me.
Yeah.
Instead of thinking like the more that we're there, the more we're all going to eat. And I guess that's just because certain people they're jaded. Or you gotta understand too. There's been two types of generations. You got the Univision, Telemundo,
Absolutely.
Super Micro generation, and then you got the new school New York Dominican. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a very tough thing that old school Latinos had a bad reputation with. Like they held on to these old. That's perfect example. Like a few years ago, I was watching some of these Dominican movies, and I asked myself, I'm like, yo, Ramon, Miguel, all these guys, they're there, but I'm like, but where are the other actors that are like in their 20s that they can give maybe one or two lines that could be the next generation, but when they retire, you don't see it. So I think what's really, really important is don't just take the bag and think it's there. Like, no, like you got to bring that next generation. Guess what? Then when you're 60 and you're about to retire or get to a certain point, the 25-year-old is going to hook you up with a job. Yeah. They're like, no, you're not retired yet. You looked out for me 20 years ago. Yeah. I got you. So if we're going to push forward, we got to change that mentality of thinking like, oh, this is my turn. F everybody else. Let me do what I got to do. No, you got to continually push because the people behind you, because that's how this career is. It's like this. Boom. On the way down. So if you're on your way up and you're like, fuck everybody. When you go on your way down, people are like, man, that dude, that's what George Lopez said about this other guy. Well, the famous, the guy that was playing Chips. He was Estevez, was it? The guy who had he always had a chip. George Lopez always had a chip on his shoulder because of this other dude. Because he was like, yo, I went up to him. I was like 17 years old. I was like, yo, I look up to you. And Estevez, not Estevez. Forgot.
Estrada?
Yes, Eric Estrada. He always in his stand-up. He done it in stand-up. He's like, fuck Eric Estrada. I went up to him when I was like 17, 18. I'm like, what's up? And he just blew me off. Yeah. You got to remember that. Like longevity, you have to really understand the big picture and understand that everybody's career goes up and then goes down. And you don't want on the way down to be a sharp thing. Yeah. So you have to be mindful of that. So long story short, I'm going to uncross my leg. The important thing is to really carve out time to mentor and allow the next generation to get that experience because it's so important. Anytime you're on set for the first time in a big thing, it's intimidating.
Of
but
course.
If you've been there already, it's like anything. You're like, yo, I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? That's probably why Tampa Bay won because they were playing at home. They chilling. Like, you know what I mean? This is our place. So I think that's the key. But in saying that, it's difficult because a lot of Latinos, we're the last one to the party. You know what I'm saying? And because of that, again, people, the insecurities, the chip on their shoulder, like, man, maybe, but I gotta take care of myself first. And it's unfortunate, but I think we're gonna get there. We're gonna get to a point where we'll change that mentality and we'll take over.
Yeah, I think you made a good point because I agree that it's a generational thing as well. Because our parents were the first generation that came to this country, so they were here. Driving a cab, living in an apartment with God knows how many people, trying to look out for themselves, no English, trying to pave the way for their own kids. So I think that's where not that it's an excuse, but I think that's where that selfish, I got to get mine mentality came from. And I agree that I think it's super important for us, the ones that we're the first generation of people, of our people who grew up here.
Yeah.
Which is why, I had a conversation with somebody before and they were like, yo, where are all the Dominicans in history? And I'm like, we don't know them. A lot of our parents were the first generation here. We're the ones that have to pave that path through history.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because AZ was half Dominican. So like we have a lot of halves that were like, all right, I got to kind of, And that's the other thing, too, I've always said is like Dominicans, and because I was part of the community board, right, in Washington Heights for like almost 3.5 years.
Nice.
And one thing that I realized and one thing I saw was like Dominicans are great entrepreneurs, but they are not great working with others. And a prime example, I remember one time where it was like an owner of a restaurant let's say Dyckman would be like, everybody's selling, let's say Hennessy for $150. That's universal. Like, yo, we agree to that. There'll be always that one owner like, no, 100, and you mess it up.
100%.
Or how many times have you noticed where it's like, yo, if you had a bodega right here, why you turn on the bodega over here? Like, find another spot. So we're great entrepreneurs. We'll figure it out. We'll make our own rules. But working with each other sometimes is like, So that if we can combine that skill of working together and being great entrepreneurs, because we're very inventive when it comes to stuff like that, we will get there. But sometimes they don't like doing that, and I experienced it because I saw that. It's like some owners, and that's part of the reason why a few years back there was issues with Dyckman, because the Blanquitos were like going like that, but they weren't united.
Yeah.
If all the owners were all together on the same page, the Blanquitos would be like, all right, we can't fuck with them. But they knew that everybody was like, no, ese problema tuyo.
Every man for themselves.
Yeah, yo, that's you fix that shit, yo, stop.
No problem.
And it's like, no, because you're the weak spot.
You're the
You
next
can't.
one. You're the next one.
Yeah.
They're not just gonna come after me.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's that mentality of like Dominicans, we have that, but again, that's part of the skewing of being insecure. And I think we have to remove that part, and we'll get better at that.
I think the artistic thing is becoming more prominent as well. Film, art, and all of that. Because let's be real, how many people really told their parents, "Yeah, I'm gonna act. I'm gonna be an artist." And you know, an old school mentality is gonna be like, "You're gonna fucking do what? What the fuck are you talking about?" They're like, "What do you mean? You're not gonna go be a lawyer or some shit like that?"
Yeah.
Con eso se paga renta.
Right. So I think especially another huge shout out to you, because someone's gonna see you and be like, fuck, I can do this. I can do this, and then they'll be able to live out their dream because they've seen someone.
Yeah.
So it goes back to the mentorship, like you said. I think that's huge.
And the thing too is time, because now I know that there are people that have, like, let's say 10, 11, 12-year-olds that are second generation, and they're like, you want to be an actor? Fine. But you're right. Like, for me, my father was in construction, and he just calculated that you're going to do that when you can make this much. But you can't fault them. They're immigrants. They come here.
Right,
They're trying to make it. They dealt with freaking racism. They dealt with all this, fear of immigrants. They're like, you're going to do that? Like, I worked so hard to come over here with nothing, and then you're just going to be like, I'm going to be an artist?
Right.
So that also works with now that generation is having kids, and they're there, and they're like, yo, you want to be an artist? Yo, go ahead. There's not that toxic masculinity of like really on there to be like, nah. They're like, yo, just do what you got to do. You want to be an artist? Fine. So I think that's also to his time as well, to allow that.
Agreed completely.
And embracing it and just giving people opportunities to find their craft as well. Right. We've had guests here before that. They know they want to like start podcasting, but have never been able to find the means to do it. So we've been able to provide that platform for a lot of our guests that want to get into it, but just haven't found the way as to how to go about it.
Just try it, man. Whatever it might be, just try it. Don't be afraid to try it. Try it. And if you fail, you learn. That's it.
I agree with that. I co-sign that. Is that going to be the t-shirt for next week, or are you going to hold them to that?
I'm going to hold that. I'm going to hold that for the end of the month. 2
episodes down.
Yes.
Good. I think you might want to hold on to some of the quotes and then like release it, so because if you do 4 or 5, that's 4 or 5 shirts.
That's true. That's a lot. I ain't got that many shirts.
Yeah.
Yo, that many shirts.
Yo, fellas, did y'all watch the Super Bowl, man?
Oh, wow. Great segue. That's awesome.
You like?
Wow. Yes.
Yes, I definitely did watch the Super Bowl. I felt a little bit cheated, but then again, because I just felt like Mahomes wasn't gunning it. I'm like, Mahomes, where the fuck are these 40, 30-yard passes?
How,
What's going
bro?
on? No, yeah, I mean,
It was on his ass the whole
I guess.
game.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know, man. I just felt like,
I feel like we all expected to see more, but it was just like, it was almost like the line that was protecting him was just us. It was us out there against NFL players because they got past them every time. Yo, out of like 15 snaps, they got past them like 11.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy.
Yeah.
They said he ran. I think I saw something that said getting away or scrambling in the pocket, he ran about 500 yards throughout the whole game. That's how much he had to scramble. Total, he ran 500 yards scrambling.
Yo, there was that one pass,
That
like he
explains
like almost like, and he almost connected, and the person didn't catch it. I'm
Hit
like,
him
yo,
in his fucking
it's
face.
tough. It was tough.
It was a couple of them
But
that hit him in his face,
yo,
bro.
Tampa Bay's defense was.
Yes.
But how do I feel? Yo, them penalties. Ooh, that first half penalties was like, yo, let them play. And they even said it. The commentators were talking about. I was like, come on, like I think it was Boomer. He was just like, yo, let them play. Like they're making these calls, and it's like that penalties sometimes don't show up as a stat, but it kills so much momentum.
Yes.
Because there's so many opportunities, especially in their defense where they were calling holding, and it's like, damn, yo.
Yeah.
Giving Brady another opportunity. Just how Brady did it the week before against Green Bay where he got that last second to Scotty Miller. Same thing. It was like that last second touchdown just hurt them. Because then now they're forced to throw, and Tampa Bay's like, all right, we're not even going to blitz. These guys are just going to come at you, and they didn't have a chance, yo. Very boring Super Bowl, but because they had such control.
They did. They had control of the
yo.
whole game. And that's what surprised me more was in the moments where they knew Mahomes was trying to throw the ball and they would cover deep, they still got past the line. I'm like, yo, there's not even an extra person trying to rush the quarterback and they still getting past y'all.
Yeah.
Bro, it was crazy. So to combat what you said, though, I agree. I think they should have let him play. But do you feel that same way if you're that player on the other team that's getting held?
That's true, too. Yeah. Because when I was looking at it, I was like, and the thing was, there was one player, the one that got with Tom Brady, Matthew.
Blonde tips? With the blonde tips? Matthew. Yeah.
He had it like, he had to be focused because he lost composure there. But
yeah.
Either way, Brady.
It hurts
me.
It hurts to say it. Say it.
He's the GOAT.
The GOAT, man.
I'm not a Tom Brady fan. I don't like
Neither am
anyone
I.
from Boston. Sorry, Boston, but I'm a Yankee fan.
Yeah.
So I don't like anyone from Boston, but man, bro, this man has more chips than some organizations, bro.
That's crazy.
Nuts.
That's freaking nuts.
That shit is
7.
7, bro.
There's the Spider-Man thing. You saw that with Robert Horry and him?
No.
'Cause Robert Horry has 7
Oh my
NBA
God, that's
chips.
right. That's right.
Brady's like, and then Robert Horry's like, well, I got 7 too. So it's like,
Yeah, Robert Horry's a bum.
no, Robert Horry just
Maybe
did
not a
clutch
bum.
threes. No, clutch threes.
But
he was nowhere, and then like in the fourth quarter, 3. Oh, you won a championship.
yo, bro. But I thought, all right, so now that we spoke about the game, let's talk about what everyone really wanted to talk about for the Super Bowl.
Oh, man. Michael crossing his legs.
Cross that leg. How did you feel about the weekend's halftime show?
I said, ooh.
Yo, if I close my eyes, wow, he's here.
Yo, I'm gonna go before anyone else goes.
Yes, no.
Because we
Very
were kind of
brave.
talking about this
Yes.
before as well. I enjoyed it. I'm not comparing it to nothing else. I like the weekend's music. I enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. I wasn't expecting him to come down in a spaceship and get probed in the middle of the field or nothing like that. I thought it was a good performance.
Wait, that probe was not part of the performance, or that was real?
Yes,
Oh,
it was real.
Okay.
That's gonna be next month's t-shirt.
Listen, we spoke about this prior. Real time, not on social media, I enjoyed it. Wifey was there. We were like, oh my God. Oh shit, he's playing that song. Okay, cool. But then I got on Twitter and I was like, wait a minute, what planet do I live on? Because they're shitting on him. And
Like,
then
oh
when
my
you
God,
s-
was it trash?
And when you look at the stats and you look at it, it's like, look, we're still dealing with COVID. You're dealing with a stadium that's like 1/4 capacity. He spent his own money. That's never been like. Well, we can't say never been done, but he paid his own money. He didn't get paid, and it was not going to be with the whole restrictions and all that. Like, I like it. He's not a dancer. He's not like a performer. He's a singer.
Yeah.
So you put all of that. I liked it because I like his songs and I like his music. So, but there was they were just killing him, yo.
Bro, my wifey was tight. because we were talking about it, and I'm like, yo, that shit was fire. She put the volume all the way up. We had just gotten a new TV that day.
Nice,
like I was telling y'all before. We got a new TV that day just for the fucking Super Bowl.
Oh, nice.
We needed one anyway, but still.
No, of course.
Boom, new TV's up, volumes all the way up.
Oh, that's a great
She turned
feeling.
the lights off in the living room. I was like, yo.
wow.
She was looking forward to this OD, and she's hype at the end. And I'm like, yeah, I took a little video of the show, and then her being hype, and then I start getting the comments like, that shit was ass, this and that. I was like, oh, I turned to her, I was like, yo, babe, niggas not fucking with the show. She's like, who not fucking with the show? What you talking about? He was amazing. Fuck them. I was like, all right, calm down.
Let me get your phone. Let me comment for you.
Yo.
Fuck out of here. Why you follow her?
Is that what 7 million in a performance looks like?
Apparently.
It was $7 million in that performance.
Probably
know.
people, but because there's probably some sexy numbers like insurance costs is like a couple mil. There's some numbers out in there that we don't mention. You know what I mean?
The dudes you gotta pay to break down the stage,
Yeah,
and all of that shit.
All the COVID testing.
Yeah, because
that's
at
not
the
free.
beginning, I'm not gonna lie. At the beginning of the performance, I'm like, Jesus, is this at the stage?
They had the COVID, the vaccines. They're expensive. They had to give all the dancers in there. Yeah. They look like. At one point, it was a weird set, right? It was like all these people that were
They were like inside some gold shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know what was going on.
I have
there.
a question for you. I haven't asked anyone this, but do you think like maybe one of the dancers had like beef with Weeknd? And remember when he did the whole camera shit? You think one of them kind of snuffed him a little harder?
Probably.
And try to get away with it?
Somebody did.
Like if you don't like Weeknd and you're like the backup dancer, I would have been like, bang, like that.
Exactly. And everybody got the panties on
And
their
you don't
face,
even
so
know.
you don't know who's who.
How you gonna tell from all the panties?
You don't even know.
Yeah, you can't tell. Like the
even know.
Weeknd's gonna spend another $1 million to the post production be like, oh, it's that motherfucker. I got it. Get that motherfucker.
And he's
He
gonna be like,
never
I know
dancing
it was
with
you,
me
Ricardo, you
again.
son of a bitch.
Yeah.
You've been off every day.
If it was me, I would have been like, bang.
Bang.
You imagine the Weeknd would have been like, oh,
At the
fuck.
end, like,
time out. Oh, shit, I can't sing.
Hey, after the show, the dancers got together. Like you saw how I hit him with the elbow. I told you I was gonna do that shit.
Yo, if you look closely, I had a different shirt thing right here, yo. That was me.
That was me.
That was me, bro.
Yo.
I liked it, man.
Me
How'd you
too.
feel about it?
Okay, so for me personally, I like the performance. Like it was all right.
I mean, it is a little safer because we already said we liked it, so it's good.
Now it's a safe space.
Yeah, it is safe. He's like that.
No, if I thought it was trash, I'm gonna say it was trash. But for the most part, I liked it. When they first started, I'm like, Jesus, is this still in the stadium? I thought they were somewhere else.
True.
And then they went into the back, which was like, okay, like to me, it was all right, like.
I liked when they were all out on the field.
Yeah, but my favorite part was when they started playing House of Balloons. That was the highlight of the performance for me. I don't know if you guys peeped that. Like when they went to like the field, that's when they started playing House of Balloons.
No, I can't complain. I really enjoy it.
Everybody can't come out on the top of a fucking jumbotron and do the moonwalk. Like what else do you want? I thought it was good.
Yeah, the Weeknd doesn't dance. He's not gonna dance. He's not really gonna like hit high notes. No, this is the Weeknd, man.
It's the Weeknd.
People seem to get it fucked up with the Weeknd. No, come on, man. It just so happened that his music hits.
Yes.
Which the entertainer to that extent?
My thing is, you hear. Oh, how long have they announced that he was gonna perform? Right,
long time ago.
Where was the takes? Oh, the Weeknd's going to perform? Oh, that's going to be like, No one said anything.
Nobody said
They
anything.
waited till afterwards. Like, oh, look at that.
But that's just the world that we live in now. Everybody's just
what happened to Bruno? He was too busy?
Anything, man.
And like, come on, bro.
Come on. Bruno's
threw me off-
4'11". That's mad easy to dance when you're 4'11".
Bro, what
you
threw
have
me
mad
off
energy.
was people who were like, yo, I'm a diehard fan. I've been all his shows and I didn't like this one. And I was like, wow, word? Like this was, originally I was like, all right, it's people casual fans, but there was some people that were like, yo, I'm a diehard fan and I did not like it. It was mediocre.
What the fuck were these people
I was like,
expecting from the Weeknd?
I don't know.
What were
Apparently,
you expecting?
I've never been to his concert. DJ Chubbs has been. And
Shout out to Chubby Chip.
every
We'll talk afterwards. I
Yes.
would like to get your, insight. Yeah, of
everybody who I know who is a fan of his, has gone to his concert, told me he's an amazing performer. I haven't been. I really want to go soon.
course. Right.
But most of those people were like, I didn't like it. Wow. I was like, wow, all right. I was like, damn, I must be missing out on a fucking shit show of a concert if y'all didn't like this.
Like what else did you expect?
So the fireworks in the back and shit. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
it's like maybe I was just hyped because it was my new TV.
It's probably what it was.
I was like, you see that? You see the little? I can see the balls from the fireworks coming out in the back. That shit 4K. That's just 4K, baby. See it?
See the colors on the TV?
That is true, because when you do, you can watch anything when you have a new TV and it's like upgrade, but like, yo, ma, that's 4K right there. You see that?
Yo,
you
bro.
wouldn't see like that, yo.
The whole Super Bowl game.
Yeah, this guy is looking great because of the 4K
All the
so it's
time.
like, so yeah, I get that.
Every time they zoomed in, I was like, look. You can see his hair. Look, he's sweating. He's sweating. You can see. And she was like, all right, calm down. Well, I guess we'll see. Yeah. I don't know. There hasn't been a lot of memorable halftime shows, super memorable ones for me. This one was good.
Beyonce. Bro.
Beyonce, Mike.
But the thing about, you know what gets me? It's like there are a portion of people out there that the reality is that Beyonce's going to perform every year. She's not going to perform every year.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. Beyonce's Beyonce. Everybody else, okay. Lady Gaga, okay, great. Mm-hmm. But it's like, give it 2 years when you can have everybody, because that's the other thing about it is like if you can only have a certain amount of people in the stadium, you can only have a certain amount of people that can be involved in the production of something as well. You know what I'm saying? Protocol. Because that's the thing about it too with like film and all that. Like, there's less people on set. There's a lot of red tape you have to deal with right now as we speak in production. Yes, because it's like, do we need that many people? The spacing of it. There are actors that, and the NBA was dealing with this in the bubble. It's like if you're closer than 6 feet, beep, 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 beep. Like, so think about what he's trying to do in his performance. It's like, no, because of protocol, you can't go that elaborate because it becomes even more. It would have been like $15 million if he wanted to do something. So it's like, tranquilo, quieto. Let him do what he had to do. That's it.
True. I mean,
like
the weekend, we got your back, all right?
Like
That's what we're saying.
We can come to the DP and tell the people how you felt about
man.
this.
We got you. Sit right here, bro.
We got you, baby.
We got you, man. We understand.
Come with the fake face, though. I feel like also, though, that there's some of these other people, and supposedly they say he's the only halftime Super Bowl performer who hasn't brought anyone else out, that he did the whole thing by himself. Everyone else has had someone else. So also, there's also the fans of people like, the Beehive or whatever, that Beyonce could drop a turd in the ocean and it's going to be, you know what I'm saying? So
be a hit.
It's going to be a hit no matter what. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't care what you say, Twitter. I like the performance.
Me too.
All right?
I like it.
Yes, I enjoyed it as
I like
well.
it. But if you're going to troll anybody on Twitter,
the DP approves.
Come get me.
Yes.
And then I'm going to ask you if you
Have you seen the this show with I don't know much about it, with Ivan Manito?
La factory. The factory.
Factoria.
La
They're doing
factoria.
like the office in Spanish.
Yeah.
They're doing the office in
Yeah.
Spanish.
Oh my God, I had to watch
you gotta
that.
check it out. Juan, did they call you for this?
No, they did not call me.
How did they not
Those
call
are my
you?
peoples, though. Those are my peoples.
No wonder it didn't hit. It would have been hitting.
No, it
you.
was good. No. This is where I get the controversy. Like, yo, Bago was talking shit.
Uncross that leg. Uncross that leg.
Bago was talking mad shit because he wasn't in
Yo,
it.
Bago, let him have it, man.
It could be like an alternative universe where it's like, I could act like, yeah, the motherfuckers, they got my number. I'm around. Matter of fact, they did that in 2019 around this time. I was free.
I was you knew where I was.
As a matter of fact, I was there the Friday before the Saturday they shot. Where was I? No, kudos to them, because I remember having a conversation with them like years back before that, and it's like, and this is an example where it's like there's so many Dominican Instagram, like all those individuals are creating content constantly.
Yeah.
And so instead of these guys saying, let's just do the show like 2 of us, they did in such a huge cast, and they all played within their strengths. Because even Brenda, everybody. So for me, kudos, because sometimes you need a couple of these cats to be like, yo, let's do a show and y'all all shine. So kudos to them. And I think that here, I don't know if people have mentioned this yet, but I'll tell you this. Dominican comedy, we were just talking about it, right? The Dominican comedy, the movies, they all come out from DR, even as well produced. This is like the first project that I've seen is like you got the Dominican comedy Americanized with the flavor of New York, with the wittiness, the cleverness. It's almost taking like mainstream comedy with Dominican comedy and merging it together where it's like, I might not know the Dominican slang, but I'm watching this and I'm like, I like it. So that's the genius of it. And that's the progression of how you continue in doing that. So props to them because we need more of that to forward it there. Because again, like we were talking about before, there's probably some chamaquito, 18, 19, 20, they're hearing the hype of it and like, coño, yo, I could do something like this with my friends. So props to them. And I hope the most success, at least showing an example of what they're capable. Worst case scenario, they'll be like, yo, we're capable of doing this. It looks good. The writing is solid, and you have a bunch of these Dominican actors that are doing it. So props to them.
I haven't seen that. Where can I watch
It's on
that?
YouTube.
It's on YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Juan Bago has the same number. Y'all niggas still didn't hit him up.
No, it's cool. It's cool. I can't reveal any of that stuff, but we good. Maybe my Spanish is not good enough. Maybe I'm too gringo. But yeah, I could have just been there as background. I'm okay with that.
Could have held the camera.
You know, right? I could have just been like, hi, right? No, I'm very happy for them. Definitely. It's awesome, y'all.
That's what's up.
No, yeah, it's a good look, man. I bumped into the page, started watching. I actually saw a full episode, and it was really good, man. I enjoyed it. And like it's like you were saying, it's the whole wittiness of the Dominicans from right here, from the hood. Well, mostly the Bronx, but nonetheless from right here.
Right.
They're still right here?
No, yeah. We all up here.
Tommy 5K's from the Heights. So
That's right. Mm-hmm. That's right. He's like, yeah, that's right.
Oh,
It's
Tommy,
the Heights.
I didn't even know.
The Heights.
Whatever happened to Carlito's Way, man? They don't get him anymore. I've never seen him again in none of the sketches or.
you need to ask that question when you have them on in this
Yes.
show.
No, yeah, I'm about to look
We
him
want
up.
Sit 'em
you
all
guys here.
Okay, Carlito, why they hit you up for the fucking La Fattoria?
Please. Come one, come on. We would like to ask all these
drama.
questions. The DPTMZ edition.
But shout outs to them. They have a very cool channel. They're monetizing. Shout outs to that, by the way.
Wow, this is very the background.
that?
I like that.
Juan, I saw you. I saw your page. I actually saw bro. I was there for at least 10 videos.
Wow, thank you.
Maybe even more. I saw that you were monetizing as well.
Oh, really? I need to talk to
you
my
not?
accountant. For
YouTube.
YouTube.
There's
Great
ads
question.
on your videos.
Oh, I gotta look into that. I gotta see that. Wow, it's getting a little interesting now.
Yeah, we don't want to get into that
Because it's either way. It's like, are you no? Oh shit, or yes? Oh wow. People are gonna be like, yo, I saw you in that podcast. You making money? Where my cut?
Dime.
Where my cut at?
¿Qué es lo que
Bucks?
está pasando?
You thought I wasn't gonna watch that? Oh no, my man, I'm always there, yo. You know
That's
my
exactly
Cash
what-
App. You know my Cash App.
That's
Don't be
exactly
like,
what I wanted to
don't-
check you
yo,
about.
Don't be like, next time I see you, no, my man, just Cash App me, bro.
Dime, hablando de eso, Juan, what was your first check looking like?
Wow. First check, like as far as in the industry.
Yeah.
No. I want to know about you two
You wanna know about-
specifically,
he wants
and
to know
then
about
we can get
YouTube
into
specifically.
your endeavors.
I love
wants
how
to know
you're
about
echoing.
YouTube.
No, YouTube, you know. Oh, no. You
I
wanna,
see you guys monetizing. We're getting there, so I want to know what's up.
To be completely honest with you,
Yes.
with the Juan Bago page,
Yes.
Bago no, that was part of the management. Like that was the production team, the production, the music, and all that. So that.
So
I'm
by
artists
going
now.
all that, you guys were like a part of a
We're
of a
artists.
project?
Yeah. So
Oh,
it's
you guys
tiers.
were artists
We
on
were the
the
artists,
label,
and then
basically.
the way it
Production.
worked was they were producing all the music. They had it in the studio. They did the production wise. So when it comes to that, is that for me that Banco Queso video, because it was black and yellow, was at a time 10 years ago, the way it was structured was like, all right, we'll let you rock. Because guess what? When I did Domi in the Heights, I literally got like 30,000 views, and then they pulled it. They didn't even pull it because of the second track, because of Otis, that Jay-Z and Kanye didn't even have. I don't know if you guys knew about the Otis, the song Otis. They didn't even, they got sued. They didn't even have rights. So because of that part, in the beginning of Domi in the Heights, when we're walking slow to go to the car, that part cost us that YouTube was like, whoop. But with Black and Yellow Pan con Queso, they were like, we'll let you rock, but you're not making money off of it. And that was the one that was 1 million views. So on my own personal page, didn't get to that point. But with the YouTube, with the Bago and No, that's the management. So maybe you're reminding me to get a cut and hit him up and like, yo, my man.
Hey,
these guys are talking about. He just bought a utensil from the commercial
so
of the video, like where my royalties at, you know.
But there's that option back, because that was the challenge for us when we were doing parodies. Is like, do you do a fresh track that no one's heard, that they're not gonna be bopping, and it may take a while? Or do you do a track that people know, and they're going to dance to, but then you got to deal with the licensing of it, that you might get the views, but you may not be able to get the money on it because they know that you don't own it. And there was a point where the labels were mad aggressive with YouTube. We'll be like, yo, because that's what happened with Domi Nights. They like Universal was like, nope.
Stop it.
Stop. Pulled it. Because I literally had like a mental breakdown. I haven't even talked about that before. It was like, when we did Pan con Queso, it was viral globally and everything. But it was a point where it was like Spanish and everything. But when we did Domi in the Heights, like Funk Flex, DJ Clue, all the DJs were sharing it. But they could only share it via Uptown Collective. It was some loophole. Like all the views that we were getting were through mobile and not it was desktop. Like they deactivated mobile. It was some shit where we were like, fuck. So what happened was 4 months later, we were on Mundos and MTV3. And Mundos, some random fan recorded it from Mundos. And because the frequency was different, they were able to upload it and not get flagged. What? And so there were 2 pages that were over 100,000 views, but because the frequency was sort of changed, because it came from like a TV feed, they were playing it, but we lost the opportunity to have it on our channel because of the licensing. It's crazy. That's how you kind of can get away with it sometimes, is you manipulate the track so that the filter that goes through it and say, oh, that's a song. If you change the frequency, YouTube can't
reader
read
goes,
it.
oh, that's not the same.
YouTube
they can't flag it. They can't flag it.
If it does get flagged, then but it has to be like a person to actually do it.
Yeah. So, but I went through that pain because I'm like, oh man, this shit went viral. Like
this was the moment at the
because
at the time.
first one's a fluke. First one's a one-hit wonder. Oh, Pan con Queso. When we did Domi in the Heights. And then, like, right away, Mundos and MTV3 was like, yo, give it to us. But the problem was when we got flagged and there was nowhere there, it didn't go on social media-wise. And I'm like, damn, yo. And that was the hard lesson of understanding that if you're going to go that far, you have to sort of tweak the track so that you don't get it to that point. Because then if not, it's like, forget it. And it was the oldest. It wasn't even the ding-tung, ding-tung. Not that one. It was the beginning part, and I was like, "Yo, are you serious?" And it was hard. That shit hurt because I'm there, like a freaking like we had a premiere party, and then the next morning it's coming online. I'm like, "Yeah," I'm like, "Oh no!" Shit. And my boy knew somebody at Google, and he's like, "Yo, dogs, I can't do nothing, bro. Like that shit got like." That shit got, so then, like, what am I supposed to do? We're up to like 30,000. That means I have to delete it. It's like, you're gonna have to delete it. And I'm like, yo, that's it. Because already on Twitter, everybody was sharing it. Everybody was sharing it. So it's like, you don't go back to Clue and Funk Flex because at the time they had the sites to be like, hey, you know that link that you shared? Yeah, it got flagged. Can you share it again? No, it's a wrap. It's done.
No, it's over.
So it was just like, it was a painful lesson in that But it's damn you if you do and damn if you don't. Because again, at the end of the day, part of the times, like that's why Weird Al Yankovic made so much success, because you already had like you knew the song, and then you're making fun of it. So that literally was what we were going through. So now you're making me cry.
It's okay.
Sorry to bring up those painful memories.
9 years ago. Oh no, that was 10 years ago as well. 2011
anniversary.
Jesus. So now, getting further into like you've been at this for a long time, I wanted to ask, like, was there ever a moment where you were just like besides that one, obviously, where you were just frustrated to the point that you lost hope, that you kind of just felt like, you know what, I kind of want to give this up? And if so, if you don't mind sharing what that might have been, and if you could tell yourself something back then, what would it be? You better cross that leg. There's a lot of parts to that.
Watch it with that cable.
I think there were a couple of moments, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think it was after I did my film, the first film that I ever did, that I literally, we talk about money, right? So
Yes.
I do the movie. It sells out at the film festival. Major hype. Then comes the business end. Okay, that was a film festival.
Well, by the way, real quick, I want to see this movie. Where can I see this movie?
It's on Amazon. It's called The Story of Juan Bago. It's problematic too, because it's like so long ago. There's like bail jokes and shit. But
Do I gotta
anyways,
pay for see it?
but full
I
circle.
want to see it.
I went to not a film festival, but a conference for Latino filmmakers. And while I was over there, I met a distributor for the film. So he's like, yeah, I'm going to buy it. I'm going to get it on Netflix. Shit was supposed to come out on Netflix. This is like, we were talking about 14 years ago and stuff, right?
So, sorry to interject, but a distributor, when we're talking about film, is specifically someone that gets your art to the platforms that can make you money.
Yes.
That's what they do.
Yes.
Okay.
And so we're talking about back then, where it's a thing where because it's not the same now. Now you're like theater, streaming, boom, simple as that. Bang bang. Back then, again, I got caught up on the hype. I back then also got caught up in the ego, the creative ego, right? I'm extremely humble through the experiences that I've been dealing with. But before then, I was like, yo, my first film festival, people loved it. That shit sold out. I'm here. I'm on La Mega.
We hot, boy. We hot in these
I'm on La Mega. I'm meeting celebrities. They're like this to that, right? Yeah. But then came to the business part of it, where it's like, all right, now all these people that couldn't go to the festival, they want to see it. You've hyped the shit out of it. I want to see it. So then I go ahead and I'm meeting a guy. And back then, like artists, like all that, back then, I wasn't aware of it. It's like, all right, you got all these B movies, C movies, independent movies. These distributors were like, all right, I'm going to get like 100 of these movies and then just be like, and whatever sticks. I wasn't aware of that. So when I met like a pimp, was like, yo, I'm gonna take your movie, I'm gonna promote it, I'm gonna put it on Netflix, I'm gonna put it here, DVD, this and that. I was like, bet. So as I sign the contract, I do the thing, and then months go by, I'm like, yo, this is on queue on Netflix, nothing's coming now. Like the movie's not coming now. It's like 7-8 months. And I'm like, yo, I went from convincing a couple of friends of mine to do the movie, put the movie, go through because when we were shooting, I was shooting Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like to sometimes during the week. So I already this is my baby. Yeah. And then a year later, you get to a point, or a year and a half, almost 2 years later, I'm trying to sell it. Now you got the business aspect of it, and the person just dips. And it's like you can't get in contact with the person, and it's not anywhere where somebody can get the movie. So that was a point in time that shit just ripped out of me, because I'm like, damn, yo.
That's time.
That means every time I want to do a movie, it's 2.5, 3 years of my life independently. I don't know if this is worth it.
Right.
So that was the first time. And then I think after that was probably after doing the parody videos, where it got to a point people may or may not know, was like, okay, before that, like you were saying, Paco Queso, I did stuff prior. But here's an idea that I was like, yo, all right, here's the deal. Panko Queso. My was like, yo, Black and Yellow, Panko Queso. yo, let's do this, right?
Cafecito.
Right. Rest in peace, Tommy Nibs, who was my voice. So my point was, I'm getting famous lip syncing. So here I am that I'm doing.
I'm like, yo.
So I'm getting famous, right? So think about this. I'm getting famous, lip syncing, comedy, and it's not me. And it's to a point where it's like, well, wait a minute. Before this, I was doing stuff. I feel like I did some quality stuff, but this is becoming, viral and stuff like that. But as the artiste that I am, I felt like, damn, like really, I'm getting to this point because of a parody lip syncing stuff. That was another point where I was like, wow, what am I doing wrong? That the most success or the most fame is lip syncing. So as the artist, it fucks with you because it's like, damn, if somebody's like, yo, come, because there have been times like, yo, my man, yo, you gotta, how you an ill rapper and a voice? And I'm like, I'm not. Oh, fuck out of here, man. you fake, son. And then lo and behold,
You're a fraud.
Jim Fallon and fucking Spike TV, the lip sync challenges. Like, we were ahead in that, we had no shame, but there were still fans that were like, yo, like, do something real quick. Yo, my girl wants to hear your voice. I'm like,
Sing
not
happy
happening.
birthday.
You don't sound like you the way you sound when you say cafecito, yo. So then it's like, it fucks with you because I'm a very authentic person in that sense.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to fake it. It's not a Milli Vanilli. So those are two moments. The business aspect of it that is like, wow, I put my heart and soul in everything. And then this motherfucker just like anything, just yanks my baby and just be like, nah. And for him, he's like, you're just one of 100.
Yeah.
It doesn't fucking matter. You're not going to come to LA and visit me and whatever. So those are 2 points. But then after that, I think it's something where also realizing that, and props for these content creators now that are like, I'm only gonna create content when I want to, not because of the pressure. Because that's the thing about some of these Instagram people, they're slaves. They gotta fucking constantly create because their fans are like, yo, Bang over, you're not gonna do anything. All right, I'm gonna go to the next one. Oh, you funny, but Ray Del Ortiz is funnier. I'm gonna go to Ray Del Ortiz. So props, because mental health is into it as well, where you have to make sure it's like, yo, I'm doing it because I want to do it. I'm not gonna do it because I'm in fear that if I stop, someone's gonna go to the next person, and then that's the pressure sometimes with the social media content. You're like, yo, give me shit. Oh, bye, peace. So I think that people underestimate, especially when you're creating content on social media, mental health and the pressure, because you could only be that funny to create stuff every motherfucking day.
Yeah, of course.
That's just a lot of pressure.
Of course.
You gotta be a fucking genius. Yo, back in the day, stand-up comedy, you did an album once every 2-3 years, you're funny.
Boom.
Now, you gotta create a sketch or a Instagram sketch a day or every other day. It's impossible.
Yeah,
and if
that's
you're
true.
too late, boom. Yo, you're gonna do a sketch about the weekend. Okay, now you didn't do it in 2 days? Yeah.
It's over. Now it's the next topic.
That meme was way funnier than you.
That's exactly how it goes. We have a lot of like sports takes that at the end of the day we just don't air them because at the very next day they're irrelevant.
So it's a challenge. So back to full circle, legs not crossed. I've had moments earlier in my life on a business and also as far as authenticity, because I'm a very authentic person. You go to my social media, right now I barely have anything because I'm at a point where like I'm gonna put it when I want to put it. I can't hang or have the mentality of creating stuff like that. I'll put my little thing, and that's how I am. I think it's more because I'm more of a writer's mind in the sense of like, I'm sociable. I was a class clown, but at the same token, I'm like, I could be the dude in the corner, like watching everybody and just being like this. But when you're pressured because you went viral and people are like, yo, dame más.
Gotta ride
you're
the
like,
wave.
I can't. And it just fucks with you.
Especially that pressure after going viral.
And people don't know this, but the true story is we did pan con queso in February. In May, we did another video, but that video was just not. It was just not like I literally cried when I looked at it. I was like, yo, this is not pan con queso.
Yeah, gotta be discouraging.
So we went, and then finally we were like, all right, we all got together and we were like, all right, what can we do? And then that album was a fucking gem. And we were like, you know what? I think that Paris song is gonna be the one. And we took a chance. And then when we did Domi in the Heights, we were like, bet. But it took the pain of failing and saying we can't release the second song to give us the drive. Like, nah, we gotta like hit it hard. To the point where when we did that video, we did a weekend. I saw it. I'm like, nah, we're gonna go to another weekend. We're gonna shoot in more scenes. And then we ended up having Lin-Manuel. We had another couple cameos because I was like, nah. You know what? People are expecting this. Let's give them that. And we went, and that drive of like, no, dude. If we fail in this, people are like, oh, Paco Queso was just a fluke. We needed to go that next step, and that's what drove it in there. But that demand, because people are waiting, always waiting to be like, that's it, y'all washed. Get out of here. And it's a true pressure that a lot of artists deal with, even in hip hop in the '90s. That first album was like gems. A lot of artists suffered that their second album was caca, but that's because their first album, they had 10 years of waiting to blow up to put the sweat and tears. But it's one thing that you do it one time. That second time is the one that's like, yo, what's up? And it's a lot of pressure.
It's the one that validates you.
Yeah.
Okay. So last part, if you could tell yourself something right at the beginning of when you started doing this, what would it be? With the knowledge that you have now.
Yeah, now? Excellent question. I would say, if I'm looking at myself right there, the 28-year-old, 29-year-old, I would say, pace yourself. Just naturally. Don't worry about anything else. Be by yourself. Do what you got to do, and that's it. Don't hear all these voices. Just tune in yourself and do it. I mean, don't slack off. Don't whatever. But just focus on yourself and do it. Be true to yourself, and that's it.
Nice. Bars.
That was, therapy. You know what I'm saying? It's a sign of a great podcast. It's like, I'm really having a moment here. This is getting recorded. And
That was authentic. That was authentic right there. I like that.
In a weird world, the 28-year-old version of me right now, because, they say all that, he's going to watch this and be like, oh, shit.
He's going to be like,
yo, wow.
This guy knows what he's talking about.
Fucking DP exclusive aquí.
Yeah.
Juan Paco taking us to the next level.
You heard?
Ooh.
Next time we're going to bring, for the next guest, we're going to lay out one of the long couches that is like at the psychiatrist's office. I'm going to lay it out and be like, so.
That's the part, you got to do that. Like, you're like, all right, time out.
It's a nice segment.
We're bringing in the couch. What couch? No, don't worry about it. We're going to lay there and we're just going to talk to you and put on glasses and call it a day.
Don't forget the leg crossed.
Yeah, the leg cross, my man, like that, like psychologically, that's.
So I just want to go back to the whole movie and the contract deal. So you signed the contract, basically giving over the movie.
So the way it works,
did you get paid for it?
Dude, that's the crazy shit. To this day, and never, because here's why. At that time, distributors were like, oh, there's marketing. There's this, there's that. All these, this is before, like, if I'm not mistaken, Jim Jones and all those guys were like, yo, fuck all the marketing shit. Like, I have a following. I could go ahead and do that. That was a time in distribution before the streaming where they're like, oh, but we have to, it takes this much to put it on the DVD. It takes this much to have it on, let's say, Netflix, to put the DVD and do all that stuff. That's just naive me. We don't know the world the way it worked.
Of course. Anybody, if you don't know,
yeah. So it was like,
you were fresh in the game too.
It was a scam art. That's what I'm saying. Those days, you could say, I have a distribution company and say, this, that is overhead. And you'd be like, oh, so yeah, you sold 100 DVDs or rented this, but you had this is overhead. And you're like, so I'm not getting $1? No, because it cost me. Fictional shit that they could do. And then with music industry's done that and all the other stuff.
You don't know, so you're like, all right, so but you're getting me out there, right?
But the funny thing is that my boy that was the director of the movie, he worked in paralegal, and he was that motherfucker. And he was like, nah, that's impossible. But again, he would try to get in contact, and this guy was nowhere. Like, once they have that, that's it. And it was a thing where they had like a 3-year deal, and you're waiting, and it's just creating this overhead that doesn't exist, or they could just cook the books to have it like that, and you're not gonna get $1. Right. So I never to this day got $1 for the Juan Bago, even if you probably go to Amazon and you get that, who knows? And that's the crazy shit. But again, that was 10, 12, 13 years prior. That now people are more savvy and understand because you could do more of an independent thing. And that's the beauty now. You could create a website, go ahead, do all your stuff. But back then it was a little bit of a thing. And again, remember, I'm coming off of like, yo, I just want to get this out there. Like I've been fucking, I was the king of coming soon. Like I was literally like, yo, when's that movie coming out? Yo, it's coming. Yo, I got you. It's coming out. It's coming out. Like, todo mundo come mierda, loco. Coming soon. But that to me was a learning lesson. But that shit took a toll on me, bro. Because I was just like, I'm not gonna do a movie and then gotta deal with this shit. And again, being a Dominican filmmaker, how many Dominican movies from the Heights? You had the Babuena movies, you had all this other stuff, but like an Americanized movie, that was the other thing that, because to me at that time, there was a lot of Mexican American movies, independent movies, or they're out in the West Coast. But for me to be a Dominican filmmaker, where can I be jumbled in together? Like there wasn't. It was, you can't compare it that way. So it really was at a point where you're at the mercy of a person telling you like, yo, dude, your movie's aight. And that was the other thing too. Yeah. This motherfucker went far enough on IMDb and got people to say negative shit about it so that he can come back and be like, yo,
look, people not fucking with your shit.
Your shit is trash.
Wow. Damn.
Like, wow. Which is, to me, I look at it now and I do see it trash. So full circle, it made sense. But at the time, I'm like, wow, this dude really went that far. Yeah. But again, it's like anything when it comes to when you're doing something ahead of everybody else. You have nothing to compare it to. And people are lazy sometimes when they're like, so what does this movie remind you of? I don't know. I'm not going to. It's independent anyways. So it's a thing where when you're always ahead first, it's tough because people that just be like, you have the suggestions of like, all right, what does this movie remind you of? If it doesn't have the algorithm to remind, there's no marketing for it.
Yeah,
so
you're just lost in that jumble of content.
So it's tough. But people deal with that now. A Latino filmmakers now deal with that with Netflix. Because if they don't market your shit, yo, all our algorithms are different in the sense that I can go in there and be like, what? You can have a movie can come out on Friday night. And my thing, your queue would say it, but I'll be in there. I was like, I don't see it. Netflix really has to push because there's so many movies that come out every Friday and Tuesday that if you're there.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, dude. Yo, I now can go to his profile, your profile, and my profile. And then there could be that movie, White Mosquitoes Buzz in People's Ear. It can come out.
New release.
And it may not be in your queue. It may not be in his queue.
But that's how it works with Spotify, YouTube. Pretty much that's how everything works.
So it's crazy because we all in here, if we heard word, this is a Dominican movie, I fucks with that. But if there's no marketing from Netflix to say, yo, this is the movie, then 6 months later, you might hear like, oh, this movie came out. I was like, word? I didn't know that shit. And then you go, and you search it. Oh, shit. That's happened to some of the filmmakers, especially in that sense. Sometimes, that's why sometimes people be like, yo, just cue it, just watch it. It's like whatever, but it's because there's a great part of having it on Netflix, but the negative part, it can get lost. There's so many movies.
Of course.
So many. And that's challenging as well. Netflix can cut you a check and be like, yo, here you go.
Toma.
And you're like, boom. But you would think, because there's 100 Dominicans, right now we could have 100 Dominicans that all 100, when they go at home on Friday, like, oh, coño, yo quiero ver una película. You are assuming that all 100 of the Dominicans will have that on the queue. It's not the case.
All right.
It's crazy in that sense. And that's where you have to sort of push and really support. That's the other thing you were talking about. Oh, how do we push for it? We got to support. We got to let people know. Okay, out of the 100 Dominicans, maybe they don't like a horror film made by a Dominican, but your friend might and their other friend might. So that's a kind of a thing now that we deal with. We live in a world of algorithms now that we have to make sure we have to push forward because it's not like the old school times with the way that you had to do marketing.
Okay.
So I'm hearing a lot of L's. Where's the money at? What's the? Have you gotten like?
When was the first big check?
When was the big check?
When was the first big check?
What did you buy? The Bugatti, the Lambo, the mansion,
the
vacation
electric bike,
to Miami, the ring for the wifey. When did that happen?
The Frio car.
Yeah.
No, I can't. No, let me tell you, I cannot complain because when I make these examples, I put these examples as what filmmakers are dealing with or Latinos deal with in the bigger picture of where you could really get the checks where we're seeing how things are. But I've been blessed and I've been humbled that I've been dealing with some brands. Like I did the Bodega Chat. I've been doing different things. So I can't complain about that. But when you're talking about in the aspect of like, you're Dominican, here's your opportunity. Blanquitos and everybody else have that opportunity. That's where it's sort of skewed in that sense.
Those are the checks.
Right. But we're getting there. And to me, I put in the time where I feel like that is where I've invested the 10,000 hours where I'm in there. So that's why I'm not bitter. It's just there've been opportunities in the past where I'm like, coño, that, especially if you're like someone like me that I'm very sensitive about I don't do it to go viral. I don't do it to do that. I do it because I love it and I feel like that's the passion of it. And then when you fuck with me on the business end, it's like, coño, like that shit hurts. So, but I'm not bitter in this day right now. Like I really enjoyed it. But the Bugatti, I have two. They have each. They have different names.
They have different. I bet.
Pet names. But no, it is getting better.
Yes.
But there are some, horror stories in the beginning that.
Of course.
After this feature, that phone's gonna start ringing off the hook, man.
You put my number on the bottom?
La Factoria, he still got the same number, man. Y'all ain't hit him up.
Él no lo va a soltar.
Season 2.
Season 2, let's go.
Season
2 when Andy comes into the office.
Season 2.
Yeah,
all
man.
the confessionals are me. So even if I'm not in it, the confessionals, I'm in there. So yeah.
We could fucking last here all day, man. We want to thank Juan for coming through, man.
Yes.
This man has stories.
Wait. Because we cannot escape without an unplug this.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So
Hold on. I gotta find it. Hold on. I'm sorry. I gotta find it. Hold on.
Say, yo, we can't without. But wait,
I wasn't ready.
We gotta look for it.
It is now time.
Please explain so to our guests so he knows what's going on.
Before I get into the explanation,
All
I'm
right.
gonna kick it off with a dun 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 dun.
Desenchúflalo.
Get ready for unplug. So this is my own personal little segment, right?
It feels good when you have your own little
It
segment.
does. I like
Chest,
it. I like it.
You don't get
Hold
feedback.
on.
Yes, man.
Oh,
Let me cross my leg
Dude,
one
you
time.
could do that now moving forward. Every time you do your segment, you'd be like, espérate.
I'm absolutely gonna do that.
Espérate.
I'm not even gonna say anything. I'm just gonna pull the leg out, and the people gonna know. The people gonna be like, "Oh, it's time."
Okay. Is it hot in here?
watch it with the string. Watch it with the string.
With unplug this,
Yes.
it is basically one has to go. But since this is the DP, and I am Stacks the Plug, we are unplugging this.
Oh, shit.
Prepare. So, unplug this.
Yes.
Biggie, Tupac,
Did this one.
Michael Jackson, and Aaliyah. We did a different one.
Oh yeah,
I'm showing the music industry a little love. I should have thrown the weekend in there,
definitely
but
not Michael Jackson. Fuck, I'm gonna say Aaliyah just because I only know like 2-3 songs of Aaliyah.
G is not rocking the boat.
Nothing wrong with Aaliyah, but yeah, like as far as like her music, I only got like 2-3 songs. Then everything else is like Michael Jackson. You just can't. Biggie and Tupac, I just got so many songs of them that I can't unplug them. So for me, gentlemen, I'm gonna have to say Aaliyah.
Ooh, this time.
Just to be contrarian and different. I will have to say it's a little personal.
Okay.
Ooh,
Okay, I like
we're
that.
getting personal.
So when things get personal, there's not logic, right?
I like that.
I'm gonna say Tupac. Because Biggie Deckers is Tupac. So that's all I gotta say right there.
He said, fuck the West Coast, you heard? East Coast, baby.
Now, if they all died a natural, if they were still all alive, then I would say someone else. But because Tupac got Biggie killed, then I'm just gonna say Tupac. So and I love all his music, but it's personal. Because imagine maybe there's no Diddy, huh? It's like the J-Lo effect, right?
Maybe there is
if
no
Selena
Diddy,
was still alive, would J-Lo be who she is? If Biggie was alive, would Diddy in that album, like, you know? Mind you, I had a conversation. Sorry to
No, go ahead.
I remember listening to Angie Martinez, and Biggie was like, "Oh, I'm producing Diddy's album." Like, I was hearing that live, and so people don't mention it enough. But like, Biggie was ready to be like, "I'm taking Junior Mafia,
outta here,
producing."
Diddy.
Yeah, and whoop. But I'm gonna say Tupac. It hurts, but I'm like, "Yo, you got him killed."
Okay. All right. That's
Very
I
controversial.
like
here
that.
in-
I
in
like
the-
that. I like that.
And the unplug this today.
I'm gonna agree with what you said. I don't think I can unplug Mike. I'm not,
You can't.
regardless of how many little kids he touched.
Ooh, okay.
Allegedly. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what happened.
Let's not get that mixed in. So artistry and personal, it's two different things. There's a lot of great artists that are fucking
pieces of shit.
You know, let's
But you know what I really enjoy
Separate
about all
those
of
two.
this? You know what I enjoy all about this? He comes up with the question, but you really are on something like, usually like when you ask the question, you're like, I got it. I already figured it out. But you, real time, entertainment reasons, are dwelling on it. And I like that. That's
I
really
am.
good.
I am dwelling on
Could
it.
easily be like, well, I made the list and I already, but you were like, no.
Hence the crossed leg.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
let me cross mine.
Oh, get it up there. Get it up
Yo,
there.
after the show, it's like, yo, my man, I got some ill spasms.
I might hit you
Yo,
with a,
that shit look good there, but yo,
Ese
coño,
jamita,
loco.
ese deal.
Loco, tengo
this is
hielo
Stas
ahí.
getting ready to answer the question.
If I still had a long beard, I'd be like,
Who am I unplugging today?
It's not Mike. It's not Mike. It's not Biggie. I'm going to go with Aaliyah. I'm going to go with Aaliyah as well.
Your love is
Yeah, and it hurts. I be listening to shit like that. You know that jersey she had was dope too? I'm going to have to go with Aaliyah. I'm sorry, Aaliyah.
Well, we sorry, Aaliyah.
Sprayed Aaliyah up one time for the one time.
Aaliyah.
Sorry.
Sorry,
And this has
Aaliyah.
been
Dun,
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 dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Unplug this.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So let's wrap this up. We could spend here all day talking to our
night.
guest, man. This man has millions of stories. This man's an inspiration for me personally and for a lot of people out there. Juan, thank you for fucking
Yes.
coming through, bro.
Yes.
Thank
this
you.
guy's not Hollywood.
Not at all.
Factoría, you did it, you know? Like, yeah, I
no
don't
lo va a
know.
I'm gonna
soltar.
hear this
Él no
every
lo va a
week.
soltar.
Yo lo voy a soltar.
Loco, pero tú me
Porque
dijiste
a
que
este
estaba
hombre
bien.
yo- a este hombre
Tú me
yo-
dijiste que estaba bien.
Yo le tiré un mensaje, fue, y él dijo,
Ay.
el DP, claro, eso es su, that's right up my
That's so
alley, you
funny.
know?
But
We
genius.
in there.
But genius.
Round of fucking applause for my man
Oh,
Juan, dude.
yeah,
Come on, dame el fucking
Oh,
aplauso.
the man came through, no fucking, no bulto.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And I would like to personally
So we
say
Yes.
that it felt, to me, it felt like I was chilling with one of my boys. You're a very
man.
authentic person, good back and forth. You know what I'm saying? So thank you for coming. I had a good time.
Thank you.
I had a good time.
agree.
Thank
you.
I
Yes,
had
we're
fun.
We're keeping it safe here. Okay?
Some more hermanos.
Hopefully, we'll see you again maybe sometime.
Yes,
in the future.
We definitely gotta have you back for.
After I go to season 2 of La Fattoria, I will personally come back to thank you because of the video that went full circle, and then I'll give you behind the scene experiences of that.
There you go.
There you go.
With my leg crossed throughout the whole interview.
That's it. I'm getting a T-shirt with my silhouette of me like this. I gotta get a leg cross silhouette T-shirt now.
Oh man, this has been a great episode, man. Wow, we definitely want to have you back. We definitely got to do a behind the artist with you. Hopefully we can have
that leg not gonna be able to go down. You better stretch before you come.
No, for that one,
I may get a fake leg. Just my leg will be here, but I have a leg that's fake.
You might have to say Indian style for that one. You might have to cross both of them.
Be right here.
It's just gonna be just here.
Yeah. Cut out a hole.
Yo.
And then this is not the real one.
All right, so before we leave, Juan, give people your social media so those that don't know you can know you now. So those that don't follow you can follow you. And if anything you might want to get off, anything that the people could expect, by all means, the floor is
You know, I
yours.
thought you were going to be the first person to be like, hey, Juan, give out your social security number out there to everybody that's interested to get your identity. They could steal
Dásela.
it. No, Juan Bago everywhere. Juan Bago everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I don't do TikTok.
Okay.
I don't do reels. I keep it real, but I don't reels. I don't do reels. No, Juan Bago everywhere. Follow me. Instagram is where you can see what I'm up to. So I got some stuff coming out, and God willing, things are, yeah. This is what the part where like you lose thought. It's like yeah. Just follow me on Juan Bago on all the socials.
Just follow him. You'll stay posted. You know?
And we're gonna put it up on the video.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
Sí, claro.
El link ahí full. Good shit, fellas. This was a great fucking pod. Absolutely, bro.